Jim Smith, the director of the airport, and I want to take this opportunity to go over where we are with our Gainsharing program, as well as status of our strategic plan and our master plan. We finally have the results for the first 6 months of the year, so I can give you that update. Right now, you remember the Gainsharing program is worth $2,600 if we hit all of the targets that we identified at the beginning of the year. We're on track for most of them, and if it ended today, we'd be eligible for a payment of $2,250. Well, let me walk you through how we stand on each one. First one is cleanliness of the airport, which is always critically important, and we've always done extremely well in this one. Our scores are still good, but they're not as good as we set for ourselves in part of the Gainsharing program. As a result, we're not eligible, if we continue on the track that we are now, for the cleanliness component of the Gainsharing. On the courtesy and helpfulness component, we're doing extremely well, and our scores on the survey are exceeding the targets that we established, and as a result, we get the full amount for that. The 20 hours that you can determine as an individual whether you want to participate in the cleanliness activities or the visitor center, that's up to you, and that will determine whether you're eligible for the $300 for that. Our lost time injuries, we're currently at 2. That would qualify us for the full payout in Gainsharing, but we still have half the year to go. So we're going to have to be diligent to try to maintain a safe workplace to avoid having any more lost time injuries. The terminal waste diversion rate is doing well. We're above 28%. That qualifies us for the lower amount in the Gainsharing, but not the higher amount. And our carbon reduction rate of 1%, we're doing extremely well in there, and as a result, we qualify for the full payment there. And finally, our finances. The airport is doing very well financially in terms of our revenues, as well as controlling our expenses, and as a result, we think we'll hit our profit target there. So overall, for the Gainsharing, as I said, if it ended today, right now, we'd be eligible for $2,250. Second thing I wanted to touch on is just an update on the strategic planning effort. About every 3 years, we try and update the strategic plan, which identifies the critically important elements that we have to pay attention to in order for us to please our customers and what they're looking for from us. In the strategic plan, the vision is going to remain the same as it has been for the last couple of years, which is to become the airport of choice for Central Texas. And what really that means is we want everybody who's in a 2-hour driving distance of our airport to use our airport as opposed to driving somewhere else, whether that's San Antonio, whether it's Houston, whether it's Killeen, whether it's College Station. We want those people to use the Austin airport. And so far we've been pretty successful in doing that. If you go back to 2008, Austin and San Antonio were the exact same size airport. We each had 8.2 million annual passengers. And then this past year, in 2017, Austin moved up to 14 million passengers, while San Antonio only moved up to 9. So we dramatically increased the amount of people that were coming into Austin. And we're going to finish this year, Austin close to 16, while San Antonio is going to go up to about 9.5. So we're even extending it even further each time we get into this. And a lot of that is highly dependent on the work that everybody here does on a daily and weekly basis, because it's what you do which is allowing us to please our customers and please the airlines to the point where they're willing to put more service in our market. Just based on the June schedule alone, we're going to have 57% more flights, 70% more seats, and 79% more non-stops than San Antonio. And again, that's a tribute to the quality of work you do and the confidence that the airlines have in our market. The master plan is basically required every 10 years or so to be updated, and it's a lookout for the next 20 years of what we have to build. What's our capital program going to be to keep up with all of the growth that we've just talked about? We're anticipating somewhere between a 4.5% and an 8% growth rate for the Austin Airport over the next 10 to 20 years. And that translates into, in just the next 10 years, us being somewhere between 22 and 30 million passengers. That's a big jump from where we are today, and it's going to require us to build a lot of stuff. So right now in our draft of the master plan, which we won't finalize until the fall, we're anticipating requiring between $1.5 and $2 billion of new construction that really has to start almost immediately. So as soon as we're finishing the 9-gate expansion, we immediately have to go into a new capital program that's going to probably add an additional 10 to 20 gates in a parallel concourse, probably take down the front parking garage to expand the terminal outwards so we have more ticket counters available. Fortunately, our runway capacity is in excellent shape, so we really don't have to do anything about the runways. But there's a number of other materials like the baggage handling system and things like that, all of which have to be redone. So that $1.5 to $2 billion is going to be a challenge for us to finance, because the airport's finances are going to have to remain strong. But it's just like you borrowing on your house. The more stuff we put into the house and the mortgage keeps getting bigger, then our annual payments keep going up. So yes, it's going to be a challenge, but we've done it before. We got the airport to where it is today, where it's doubled in size basically over the last 10 years. So I'm highly confident that we can prepare the airport to double in size again over the next 10 years. So that real quickly is just an update of where we are with Gainsharing, which is going pretty good. Where we are with our strategic plan, which will be finalized later this summer, and then our master plan, which we hope to finalize in the fall. Thanks, and appreciate all your help.